Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Tuesday the 19th of April 2022. We're going to start off today's video with the 4 takeaways from the South London Press, londonnewsonline.co.uk. They do this after every game. And what are their 4 takeaways? Well, Lions boast best home record in the Championship and playoff push is firmly back on. Millwall defeated Hull City 2-1 at the Den on Easter Monday to move within 1 point of the Championship playoff positions. Scott Malone's loose touch was pounced on by Richie Smallwood, whose clearance rebounded off the Lions wing back and flew into the back of the net to give the hosts the lead just after half time. Shortly after, the South London club doubled their advantage. Benicophobi's knockdown was flick on. I would call it a flick down, a flick on. Really, it was flicked on with his head. Fell to Tom Bradshaw, who made no mistake. The Tigers did pull one back within 3 minutes remaining when Tom Heaves cannoned home from close range, but Mills saw the match out. Here are Kai Bennett's 4 takeaways. Lions boast the best home record. Mill's win against Hull at the Den means they now have the best home record in the Sky Bet Championship this season, although league leaders Fulham have played 2 games fewer. And yes, that is no longer this season no longer true. Fulham played tonight at home. They beat who did they play? Is it Preston? I think they played Preston. They won. Was it 4-0? May have been more. 3-0. So Fulham now have are now the best home record in the league. We are number 2. The Lions have picked up 42 points in 22 matches in SC16 this campaign, 12 wins, 6 draws, and 4 defeats, which gives the South London club that impressive stat and makes a season ticket absolute value for money. Look at all the wins and draws you're seeing, and only 4 defeats. The Den has always been a tough place to visit, but without fans throughout the COVID pandemic, Mill arguably suffered the most from having no supporters in attendance here. Once again, the Lions fans got their team over the line on Monday, spurring the players on in the final few moments to ensure the Tigers did not snatch a late equaliser. There was some boos at half time. Kind of surprised about that. I mean, yeah, it is no surprise that Mill have been so lethal in front of their home support this season. That record means they are in real contention of promotion. Fortune is deserved. People say you make your own luck, and that could not be more true than Scott Malone's opener for Millwall on Monday afternoon. A loose touch looked as though the move and chance had gone, but for Richie Smallwood's clearance ricocheting off Malone's shin and into the back of the net. So many times this season, the ball hasn't quite fallen for the South London club. Therefore, their opener against the Tigers was a huge slice of fortune that was certainly deserved. Just minutes prior to that goal, Benicophobi had an effort tipped over the bar by Hull keeper Nathan Baxter. So when that effort went in, you felt Mill deserved the lead. That goal gave Mill the confidence to go on and win the game, and perhaps settle the nerves the Lions players and supporters were feeling after a flat first half performance. George Saville bosses the midfield. Saville returned to Mill for the 4th time in his career when he signed on a permanent deal from Middlesbrough just 3 years after leaving the capital to sign for the Teesside, as the former Borough man controlled the midfield in the Lions' victory over the Tigers and made 5 tackles, the most in the Lions' side. Yes, only Hull Smallwood bettered him with 8. But his defensive capabilities did not stop there, as a Northern Ireland international won 2 aerial duels. Saville is superb at breaking up play, but also holds a threat when going forward and creating chances, and floated in some teasing crosses that could have led to so much more. The 28-year-old has had his bit of stop-start season back in South London due to injuries, but now he looks as though he is peaking at just the right time. The results gone Mill's way as they capitalise. Yes, for 2 weeks in a row, most of the results went our way. The Lions failed to fully capitalise on others' results going away on Good Friday, but had no problems doing just so 3 days later. Playoff rivals Blackburn Rovers, Middlesbrough and Coventry City all lost, which meant Mill's win took them level on points with 6th place Sutton United before they played Bristol City in the early evening fixture. The Blades match ended in a 1-1 draw, which means the Lions are now just 1 point off the playoffs, with 3 matches remaining for the season. After the Swansea defeat just 13 days ago, you felt Millwall's chances of a top 6 spot was slim, as they were 6 points off top 6 with 6 games left, but the Lions have come roaring back, making up 5 points in 3 games. Yes, well, I probably thought it was a Luton draw, to be honest. Yeah, I thought we needed to beat Luton. Maybe the Swansea draw again was like, oh yeah, that's it, we're done and dusted. But yeah, absolute complete turnaround, because this league is so crazy. You win one, teams are winning and losing and winning and losing. There's no consistency. So anyone who can get a little bit of consistency, you capitalize on it, because yeah. So maybe that, like a lot of people criticizing Gary Rowett, but maybe that's the way you make yourself hard to beat. And if you make yourself hard to beat and you don't really lose that many games, you might draw a few more, but it just gives you that level of consistency that you can capitalize on and move up the table. So now, obviously, winning games does it quicker, but then if you go try too hard for the win, you can end up losing. You expose yourself at the back. So maybe slowly catchy monkey is the way to go for Millwall, with Gary Rowett's style of keeping it tight in the first half, and then doing a bit of attacking in the second half. Trying to play 40 minutes of football. Yeah, defend for the first half, do a bit of attacking in the second half, and then hopefully you've gone up, and then you can start to defend. I guess that's how it goes. So there you go. That is that story from the South London Press today. Now we're going to move on to more comments from Gary Rowett post-match about the situation as it lies in the table. So this is from news@den.co.uk. Millwall bottom playoff race as the Lions up 3 places following Coventry, Blackburn and Borough defeats. Millwall manager Gary Rowett said his side will keep trying to do our side of the bargain, as most results of their playoff rivals again went in favour of the Lions on Monday. Millwall defeated Hull 2-1 at the Den to move level on points with Sheffield United. The Blades drew 1-1 at Bristol City later in the day. The Lions went above Coventry, Blackburn and Middlesbrough after they all lost, though Borough are 2 points behind Rowett's team with a game in hand. The only results of teams above them that didn't go Millwall's way were wins for Luton and Nottingham Forest. Yeah, well, to be honest, I think, again, I've said it before, I always thought that if we could beat Luton, we would drag them down. The other teams would go up, and we would be competing with Luton for that. There would be one place open, the 6th spot, because you see Forest have a couple of games in hand. They've been winning a lot of games recently. They did lose the other day, but they've been winning a lot of games. So you imagine if you just give them some points from those 2 games in hand, they're up and above. Away, we can't catch them. So yeah, we got 3 games left. If we win all 3, we can get 74 points. So yeah. So you imagine if Luton win 1 game, we can't reach them. If Forest win 1 game and draw 1 game, we can't catch them. So it's literally a scramble between all these teams, 5 or 6 teams, for that 6th spot. And that's all it is. So don't worry about Luton or Forest or who's the other one, Huddersfield. It's literally Sheffield United, Millwall, Blackburn, Middlesbrough, QPR, and Coventry. That's it. That is it. It's a scramble for that 1 place. And we are a lot better off than we were a couple of weeks ago. We're still dragging on the goal difference, although we have 2 extra points, but we're dragging on the goal difference. Now, obviously, the Barnsley result massively helped us out because it was a lot worse than it is now. So getting +3 from that was fantastic. And you imagine the Birmingham game and the Posh game, Peterborough game. That's a chance for us to, if we need to win them, we need to win both games. And if we could do it by more than 1 goal, that would be very, very helpful indeed. So where are we going? Let's get back to the story. Millwall were 4 points off 6th place, Borough having played 2 games more 3 match days ago. All we can do is keep trying to win our games and keep trying to put pressure on and pick points up. what you see is teams falling around us, Rowett said when asked about the other results. But it's the same scenario, isn't it? If Sheffield United win their game later, then it becomes another 3 points. Obviously, this was done post-match, immediately post-match. We can't really control that. All we can do is our side of the bargain. We've done it today, and then we'll see what position we're in next week. I think the nice bit is we kept the season alive, and that's testament to the players, testament to their attitude. I thought the crowd were really, really good today, getting behind us second half. We've just got to see if we can go and perform again. A massive crowd, decent crowd for the whole game yesterday. One thing I did, I looked on the Lions store for shirts and stuff. And if we do get the playoffs, I mean, the cupboard is bare. They've stopped. They have literally nothing left to sell. They have nothing left to sell. Will there be anything in? I don't know. There are rumours that we might be leaving Macron at the end of the season and going to Hummel. I'm not too sure about that. It wouldn't surprise me because the club's obviously making a lot of deals. They're doing a recast deal. They're doing deals here, there, and everywhere, trying to scrape a bit of money. And they're doing the thing with the match-worn shirts and stuff like that, trying to get some money for stuff. I'm just trying to get it wherever they can. So it wouldn't surprise me if we could get a bit better deal from Hummel that we went for it. Or anyone, forever, wherever you can get a better deal, get a better deal. And we'll see how it goes. But I mean, the Macron store is out of stock on their own store, and yeah, the Lion store itself has virtually nothing left. It's all been taken care of. Yeah, so we'll see. We will see. So moving on now to another story from News at Den. So obviously, the fantastic support. The fans are G'd up. They're raring to go. That they want to go to the games to see, to cheer us on, to get us up there into that 6th spot. And here we go. So Millwall make request to Birmingham City as demand grows around playoff challenge. Yeah. Millwall sold out their initial allocation of 1,487 tickets for this Saturday's championship clash against Birmingham City. The club have requested an increase in their allocation against Gary Rowett's former side. The Lions are a point off 6 going into the last 3 games after their 2-1 win against Hull City at the Den on Saturday. After the clash against Blues, the Lions host Peterborough and then travel to AFC Bournemouth on the last day of the season. So obviously, all of this stuff usually gets done behind closed doors. Like, they just ask for a ticket. So why is this a story? Well, it's a story because they're trying to make it known, hey, we asked for the tickets, so if there's a problem, it's Birmingham City or West Midlands police. It's them fuckers who are fucking you over. It's not Millwall Football Club. We asked for the extra tickets. And I imagine as soon as the tickets sell out, they ask for more. Straight away. They usually do it in like rounds of 500. And they would tell you, like it says here, initial allocation. So the club, Birmingham, would tell me, well, we'll give you these. If you want more, we can let you have up to a certain amount or whatever. Or we'll give you this to initial. If you sell out, ask us and we might be able to give you some more. So how's that going to work? Because by the time you see this, it will be Wednesday the 20th. Game is on Saturday the 23rd. They're literally going to have to courier them down same day. It's not that far, Birmingham to London, but it's still a journey and a half. They're going to have to wait till they get the tickets in their hand before they actually sell them, because the tickets have to be printed at Birmingham and then hand delivered to Millwall. And then as long as they get them there before, probably 2 or 3 o'clock at the Den on tomorrow on Wednesday, you imagine the club will be able to sell them on Thursday the 21st. If they don't all go then, they probably will, and then you'll probably have Friday to go and pick them up at the ground, or you can pick them up at Birmingham Saturday morning before the game. But yeah, it's pretty tight. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen tomorrow. So if you're in the market for a Birmingham City away ticket, I don't know if there's going to be any limit on loyalty points or whatnot. Maybe it's just a general scrum first come first served. Just keep your eye on the Millwall Twitter feed or the official club website, or maybe just call, if you got the number, call them up. tomorrow to see if anything's happening about that. If you're in a market for a Birmingham City ticket, and because I imagine we'll find out tomorrow, and Thursday will be the day when they go on sale. So be aware of that if you're into that. Yeah. Moving on now to the loan roundup. This is from millwallfc.co.uk. We're getting to the end of the season now. Don't have that many players out on loan anymore, and not all of them are really playing. So Sutton United kept up their pursuit of promotion from the Sky Bet League 2 over the Easter period with 6 points from their 2 fixtures. Isaac Loffey played 76 minutes during Sutton's 3-2 Good Friday victory over Mansfield Town, before the attacker played the full game in Easter Monday's 1-0 win over Newport County. So that's very good. Alex Mitchell, meanwhile, returned to action in the Leyton Orient shirt on Friday as the O's defeated Scunthorpe 3-0. The defender then stepped off the bench to see out the final 12 minutes of a 2-1 success at Swindon Town on Monday. So Alex Mitchell seems to be back. I think he was injured. That's why he wasn't playing. It wasn't because he got dropped or that. I don't know. Oh yeah, and the next games are Saturday the 23rd of April, and you're probably already aware of this. I don't know. That is St George's Day. So Saturday is St George's Day. Birmingham City away. Yeah, and if you can't make that, I imagine there are other things going on down your local boozer or something like that. Check it out. Maybe a non-league game. I think it might be raining this weekend, so I don't think it's good weather. But hey, what are you gonna do? So now that's the daily news for today. We're gonna move on to a look back at yesterday's game through the prism of statistics. And here we go. So this is the XG over the length of the match, and this is pretty decent. This is what you want to see. It's a constant threat on goal, and the blue line is Millwall, and you can see apart from the flat line right at the start of the game, from about, what was that, the 5th minute to the 25th minute, we had a flat line. You can see the classic kind of staircase shape going on, which is what you want to see. Yeah, and you can see so large spells for Hull where they didn't have a shot on target. 2 in the first half. They had a shot in the middle of quite a quiet spell. And you can see in the second half that from the 60th minute till they scored their goal, they didn't have a shot on goal, a meaningful shot on goal that led to an XG, because a shot off target doesn't count as an XG. It needs to be on target. And you can see right before we scored our 2 goals, Hull's yellow line shoots up, and that is the one in the area that Bart saved point blank, where Saville was being pulled and jostled, and they were kind of pulling each other on the Hull player, which led to the kind of ball being pinged around, and them getting a shot, and Bart saving it point blank, which is a fantastic save, and that then led to us scoring immediately afterwards. Yeah, and you can see after I think the substitution got made, we start getting a bit more in the attacking, and our best chance was around the 76th minute. I think that was a Fabi's chance, and we keep going until the end of the match, and literally until after they score, and then we kind of got, okay, let's see out the game. But that is it. And this is a pretty good one. This is pretty good. So Afobe having the highest XG for Mill, 0.3, but didn't score. He did assist, and overall Mill's XG, according to this, is 1.4, and Hull's is 1.3. So we slightly underperformed. No, we overperformed, and Hull slightly underperformed. So there you have it. Moving on now to the XG maps. So this is infogoal.net. They give the XG as 1.21 to Millwall and 0.89 to Hull. You can see here the match events, Ballard getting booked early on. And that was the only event really in the first half. We score in the 51st, 55th minute as Malone comes off injured for Hutchinson. 63rd, they make a couple of changes and we seem to respond immediately, saying, okay, if you're going to do that, if you're going to bring two fresh attackers on and probably come at us a bit more, we'll bring the speedy Gonzalez bloke on, we'll bring Oliver Burke on and we'll counter you. And we seem to do that, and kind of worked. Biakowski there getting booked 87 minutes after their goal for getting kicked in the head. Isn't that great? You get kicked in the head and a yellow card. Adding insult to injury. Although he was holding on to the ball, but what are you going to do? And then obviously the defensive substitution late on Leonard on for a phobia just to see out the game. Because my oh my, if that game would have ended 2-2, that would have been so bitter pill to take. So we're going to look at the XG map. What is that? It's the expected goals, basically shots on goal, where they were on the pitch, and how far out they were, and how good chances they were. So Hull's best chance of the game, they actually scored, apparently. So that point blank one doesn't seem to be that much of a chance. It was only 10%. I think that was a chance, or it might have been this one here. Yeah, I think it was this one. Okay, this one. So according to this, it was only 14%. So obviously, probably misremembering how good of a chance it was, but Bart saved it nevertheless. And you can see not a lot going on for Hull. Not a lot compared to Millwall. We're obviously a lot busier. Kind of spread out between inside and outside. I imagine they were harder to break down in the first half. So I imagine if we flick this to first half, second half, a lot of our first half attempts will be from outside the area. So let's just click that and see if that's true. Yeah. And not very good chances as well. Even the ones inside the area, very poor chances. Not a lot going on there. And again for Hull, but they had 4, we had a lot more. Just not very good chances. So let's switch to the second half. Boom, there you go. We make an effort to get inside the box, in and around the 6-yard box. There's Murray Wallace, there's Tyler Burry, there's Benicophobe, there is Benicophobe again, and here's our 2 goals. Both from the D, around the D. Scott Malone and Tom Bradshaw. And I'm surprised they gave that to Scott Malone, because it wasn't really a shot on goal, was it? Like it was, the defender just kicked it and it hit Scott Malone and went in. But hey, fairness rating, was that a fair result? 87.21 out of 100. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Let's move on now to this from whoscored.com. Some player stats and stuff. So here's the styles. Pause it and read it if you want to. Yeah. So here we go. So Millwall on the left in the red. This is how this website does it. The home team is always in orangey red. The away team is blue. So Millwall in the red on the left. We had 17 attempts. They had 9. We have 13 to 6 open play, 4 to 3 set pieces. And as you can see, that means we're basically even. We had 17 but only scored 2 goals. That was 11% conversion rate. They had 9 and scored 1. That's 11% conversion rate. So basically even. There's the attacking position. Both teams choosing to go down the flanks. Shot directions. There you go. Shot zones. There you have that. Action zones. If it loads. No. What's happening? Is the internet broken again? No, there we go. So yeah, mostly. Oh, look at that. Mostly in the away third as well. Player positions. Wow. Okay. So Millwall very aggressive. That is kind of interesting. Okay. So you've got Tyler Burry on the left there, Benicophobe in the middle, Tom Bradshaw on the right, but kind of left of centre. So obviously trying to do something there, playing basically 3-4-3. Even though, as usual, a lot of teams do, they pack the middle there. They kind of all pack that middle AMC center area. They got the 20 and the 10, basically the 27 and the 6 there. Although the 6 is a bit drawn back, I was doing a bit defending. They got the 3 and the 4 together. So going down the wing, trying to attack down the left hand side, which has caused Ballard to come and help out Danny McNamara in defending there. Yeah, interesting stuff. Okay. Let's get into, so obviously there's the player stats there. We're gonna get into that now. Looking through, here we go. So attendance is 12,776, pretty decent. If you look at the club badges at the top, you can see the average player rating for Millwall is 6.87. Average player rating for Hull is 6.44. So obviously we were better than them. Yeah, Malone man of the match. I believe because he had a lot of shots and he scored that goal, which was, I think they worded it on like how low a chance it was. So obviously it wasn't. It's kind of a long shot. If you score a long shot, you get more points or stuff. I don't know how they do it. Basically the whole forward line doing very, very well, getting 7s and above. So let's get into the actual things that happened on the pitch. The shot 17-9. As we said, who had them? Well, damn. Everyone in Millwall had a shot except for Saville Biakowski. Interesting. Okay. Bradshaw with 3, Afobe with 2, Malone with 5. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. So possession wise, again, they had most possession. It was mostly between two of the centre backs and one of the midfielders of the dropping back, holding midfielder Smallwood. For us, it was Cooper, Murray Wallace mostly on the ball. The forward's not really getting on the ball, working with the ball, just kind of getting on the end of things and stuff and passing it around very quickly. Pass success percentage pretty low for us, 67. 77 for them, average between all their players, but individually, Billy Mitchell again back up this week. The Preston game, it was quite low for a lot of the Millwall players. I don't know what happened there. Maybe I'm kind of thinking about it. I think maybe Preston were doing a bit of silly Billy bollocks. I think they may have grown the grass long and not watered it, something like that. Because it was very weird, the passing that was happening. We were overeating passes, undereating passes. It looked very weird. Again, the way the Millwall players were moving, lifting their legs. It's kind of weird. I think maybe something like that had gone on. Like the grass was too long, shit like that. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just speculating. I don't really know. Pardon me. So, what are we on? We're on past success. Tyler Burry of 89. Obviously, he didn't play the whole game, but that is impressive. He did not give the ball away very easily. Dribbles 6-6. Tyler Burry again. Very aggressive attacking play from Tyler Burry. Aerials won 29-19. Now this is it. Ballard with the most of every player on the pitch with 7. Cooper with 5. Afobe with 4. Bradshaw with 5. Tackles 14-21. So yeah, mostly them tackling down their left hand side. Seemingly, as you saw with the player positions. Where are we? So obviously tackling, trying to prevent Millwall coming down the left hand side with Tyler Burry, Afobe and Scott Malone. Corners 5-7, so they actually have more corners than us. Saville taking the corners in the absence of Jed Wallace. Interesting. Dispossessed 15-10, so obviously having the ball taken off of you, kind of intercepted. A Phobie 5. Obviously frustrating. A lot of the Millwall fans of Phobie's play, but he comes up, he can play like that, but he can still make something happen just like that, which he did with the header, the flick on for Bradshaw with the assist, and he can play a bit hit and miss in the game, but still come up with a bit of magic to make you a goal. And we saw that early on in the season in the Fulham game. We played absolutely dire, and Phobie steps up and gets a goal, and it finishes 2-1. And we're like, anyone who went to the game seemed like, fuck, we should have lost that 5-0, but it ended up 2-1. And that's how it goes. We're going to quickly move on to player stats now. Hopefully they're there this time. They weren't for the last game. They probably hadn't loaded quickly enough. So let's sort them by rating. Scott Malone with an 8.08. 808. State 088. With the goal and the most shots. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 Millwall players with 7 or with a rating of 7, being Bradshaw, Saville, Phobie, and Tyler Burry. Fantastic. So the attackers putting on a show and getting the rewards there in the rating system. The most touches was Murray Wallace, and then Danny Ballard, Jake Cooper, and then it kind of drops off a bit and fades away. Let's click on the thing to see if it comes up. Yes, it does. Okay, so we've seen we had a lot of shots. Everyone except for Saville and Biakowski. And the 2 subs. Oliver Burke did have a shot. So, who was on target? So, obviously Malone with the most on target, 2 from 5. Tom Bradshaw, 3 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. Phobie, 2 shots, 1 on target. That's 0 goals, but to get the assist. And then we've got we got Cooper, Wallace, Murray Wallace, Danny Ballard, and Oliver Burke. 1 shot, 1 on target. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Defensively, most tackles, Saville, Ballard, Malone. Yep. Interceptions. Way, this is good. All of these with interceptions, even Bradshaw. That's where you get the energy, the high pressing interceptions from Tom Bradshaw there. Clearances, 3 for Bradshaw. Hey, fantastic from Tom Bradshaw there. Some defensive duty. Saville, Hutchison, he came on. He's come on 62 minutes. He's had, what was that, 30 minutes of the game. 1 tackle, 2 interceptions, 2 clearances in 30 minutes. That's something. So passing wise, what are we looking at? Who had the most passes? Murray Wallace, Jake Cooper, Danny Ballard, and then it drops off to Billy Mitchell. So Billy Mitchell, he's high percentage. It's actually Jake Cooper with the most. Let's go back. So Jake Cooper having 84% accuracy off of 51 passes. That is, I missed that earlier. That's a lot better than Billy Mitchell's. Higher accuracy off of more passing. Obviously, I'm probably doing passing it at the back. Bumped up his numbers, but still. Yeah, and then you have Billy Mitchell 81 at 32. That's not bad. Not bad. And everyone else is a bit ropey, to be honest. Yes. Who? Tyler Burry. So he had a high number, 88.9. That's only 9 passes. So in 78 minutes on the pitch, he only passed the ball 9 times. I imagine that's because he gets on the ball and runs with it, and sometimes he'll get tackled, sometimes he will get the ball away, sometimes it'll run out and play, that kind of shit. So that's not a lot of pass. Maybe he should pass more. I don't know. Because you compare him with with Oliver Burke, who came on for him in the 78th minute, had, was that 20 minutes or so on the pitch. He's had 8 passes in the same amount of time. Which took more time. Tyler Burry's had more time on the pitch. He's only had 9 passes. Oliver Burke's had 8 and in less time. Maybe Tyler Burry should have passed the ball more. I don't know. Is it exciting to watch him dribbling at people and running at them? Reminds kind of a little bit like Paul Eiffel. We've seen that crosses and accurate crosses. So what's happening here? So Scott Malone, not only did he have 5 shots and 2 on target, he had 5 crosses and 2 accurate crosses. George Saville 4 and 2, Danny McMahon 4 and 3. That is very good. So not a lot of crossing going on. Only 5 players with crosses, which is weird because he mostly went down the wings. But I suppose it was kind of passing it on the floor. To be honest with you, we're trying to break them down. There's no use just kicking into the area where it's whole of just camping in the area, parking the bus style. Long balls to accurate long balls. What is happening here? Murray Wallace 16-8, Bart Piakowski 13-3. That's not very good. But it's quite usual for Bart. 11-6, Jake Cooper. It's not bad. Danny Ballard 9-5. That's very good. Yeah. There you go. And let's just remind ourselves of the ratings. There you go. Scott Malone, man of the match, 8.08. Bradshaw next in line, then George Saville, then Minikofobia, and Tyler Berry. So it was compared to the Preston game with the defence that kind of stood out. And all season this is a defence that's kind of stood out. Been getting quite high scores, and when you compare them to the rest of the players in the league, it's the defence that are doing it. Yesterday it was a day for the attackers to step up and get the high marks, which is good to see. Very good to see. And on that note, thank you for watching. Goodbye.